housing projects and in our low-income neighborhoods so that any citizens coming to our city and those citizens living in our city would all be proud of the kind of city that we have to present from one end of the city to the other. I was very pleased in my conversations with the Secretary-designate of Housing and Urban Development, Jack Kemp, that he has pledged to come here to sit with us. He's been impressed with some of the things that have been going on, and I'm trying to convince him to use Atlanta as something of a model, a test case for some of the new ideas that he might have in the private development of low and moderate income housing stock. I think we have the kind of environment here. Indeed, we already have the kind of public-private partnership under the leadership of our City Council President with Georgia Pacific and the banks in the Atlanta University area community. We've had conversations with Morris Brown and with AEDC about developments in Vine City pertaining to the Georgia Dome. What we have learned, I think, in the past, that if we dare to dream, and if we dare commit ourselves to those dreams, then many, many more things can be accomplished than any of us might have imagined. I remember in my first inaugural speech wishing and feeling rather ambitious and courageous in suggesting that in the course of our first term, we might generate 25,000 new jobs in the city. And that was at a time when cities weren't generating many new jobs. And to look back some 7 years later and to see more than 500,000 new jobs generated lets me know that even our wildest dreams at the time are conservative if we really put ourselves to the task of implementing those dreams. And I think we have the kind of team in this city. We have the kind of team in our city employees who have done a yeoman's service, even though we have cut them back from almost 12,000 city employees to just a little less than 8,000 city employees. With all of this growth, they are doing more work and doing it better, even though we've cut the size of our staff and we have pared down our budgets wherever possible. We've done whatever we could to hold the lid on taxes and still render high-quality services. And I hope that in the passage of this budget, we will be able to maintain your pledge to keep taxes where they were at 11.99 mils and still do all of the things that we hope are absolutely necessary to the continued growth and development of our city. But we can't stop dreaming, and we can't stop working together to fulfill those dreams. And I guess I ended my first inaugural speech with a quote from the Reverend James Cleveland, which is still applicable as far as I'm concerned. Because it says very simply, Lord, I don't feel no ways tired. We've come too far from where we started from, and nobody ever told us that the way would be easy. But I don't believe he brought us this far to leave us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Mayor, thank you for a great, great speech, and was set the guideline for us to live by the year 2000. We will now recess downstairs.